Fewer young people will own a home in their lifetime than at any point in modern history, and house prices are still going up. So if nobody can afford to buy, how do they keep getting more expensive? That question has an answer, and it's going to change the way you see the housing market forever. 5 reasons. The last one is the one nobody in power wants you to know. Let's go. Someone earning $60,000 a year would need to save every single penny for 7 years just to afford the average home. Before food, before rent, before anything else. And here's the part that should make you angry. It is not because people got bad at saving. The maths just stopped working. House prices have grown 4 times faster than wages over the last 30 years. 4 times. The goalposts did not move gradually. They were picked up and dropped somewhere most people can no longer reach. This didn't happen overnight, and it did not happen by accident. There are 5 specific reasons the housing market is where it is. And once you see all 5 together, the picture becomes very clear. Section 1. Wages versus prices. We just covered this, but let's put a number on it. In 1990, the average home cost around 3 times the average annual salary. Today, it is closer to 8 times. That gap is not closing, it's widening. And the people who bought 30 years ago and are now sitting on enormous equity are the same people voting against the policies that would fix it. Which brings us to why supply hasn't kept up. Section 2. Supply and demand. The U.S. needs to build around 1.5 million new homes every year just to keep up with demand. It's consistently fallen short for over a decade. When supply is low and demand is high, prices go up, every time. That's not complicated economics. That's just how markets work. But here is what rarely gets explained. Why are we not building enough? Zoning laws, local opposition, slow permitting, and developers who have a direct financial interest in keeping supply low because scarcity keeps their existing properties valuable. The people with the power to fix it are the same people profiting from it staying broken. That's not incompetence. That's incentive. Section 3. Interest rates. For most of the 2010s, borrowing was cheap. People could take on large mortgages and keep monthly payments manageable. Then rates went up, sharply. The Federal Reserve raised rates to the highest level in over 20 years. The same mortgage that cost $1,500 a month suddenly cost $2,200. First-time buyers got hit twice at once. Prices were already high. Then the cost of borrowing shot up on top of that. And landlords passed their higher costs straight onto renters. So renting got more expensive at exactly the same time as buying did. There was no affordable option left. Now, you might be thinking the solution is just to wait it out. Wait for a crash. Wait for rates to drop. Wait for something to change. Here's why that thinking is dangerous. And here's the reason nobody wants to talk about. Section 4. When you try to buy a home, you're not just competing with other first-time buyers. You're competing with landlords, property investors, and large corporations buying entire neighborhoods of single-family homes and turning them into rentals. Companies like Blackstone and Invitation Homes have bought hundreds of thousands of homes across the U.S. They don't see a house. They see a financial asset, and they have billions of dollars to outbid you with. Think about what that loop looks like. The more people who can't afford to buy, the more renters there are. The more renters there are, the more valuable rental properties become. The more valuable rental properties become, the more corporations buy them. You're not losing a fair competition, you're losing a rigged one. And here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud. A crash would not fix this, because the same corporations that bought when prices were high will buy even more aggressively when prices drop. They have the capital, they have the patience, and they have every incentive to keep you renting forever. The system is not broken, it is working exactly as designed, just not for you. Section 5. So what should you actually do? Politically, things are moving. There is genuine pressure to build more housing and restrict corporate ownership. But structural problems take years to fix, and nobody should bank on a crash that makes everything affordable overnight. What you can control is your position. Build savings aggressively. Understand first-time buyer schemes and down payment assistance programs. Look at cities where the affordability ratio is better. Get your finances in the strongest shape possible so that when the right moment comes, you are ready to move fast. The market isn't fair, but waiting for fair is not a strategy. That's why nobody can afford a house anymore. It was not an accident, and it's not going to fix itself. Most people will scroll past this and do nothing. The ones who act are the ones who get ahead. If you want to know how money actually works, how the economy is stacked, and how to position yourself ahead of the people who are not paying attention, subscribe. New video every week. I'll see you next time.